Hi, I'm Tereza with PotomacBeads. Today we will learn together how to bezel a beautiful crystal navette with cross stitch together with peyote stitch. Gather the materials and we will start. We'll be working with cubic right angle weave stitch at first. If you haven't tried right angle weave stitch yet, I recommend you watching Ellie's video. It's on our YouTube channel where she thoroughly explains how to do that. She has a scheme so you can watch it even like visually on paper, and she gives you detailed information on how to do that. And if you haven't ever tried right angle weave, cubic right angle weave, definitely watch that and try your hands on some other project first, because this is not very beginner friendly project. So I'll be using two colors for the bezel here. We will start with 4 golden Miyuki 11/0s. I'm leaving 10 centimeter or 15 centimeter, it's up to you, tail. And then I'm going through the beads, making a circle like this, and one more time through the first bead. If you prefer stopper beads, you can use them too. I prefer making a circle and using it like this. I'll be using the golden ones in the vertical line, so this one here in the middle, this one here in the middle too, and in the horizontal line I'll be using the green ones. So this was a base on which we need to build our first cube. So which means I am now taking one green, one gold, one green. You can make it all in one color, but this is for me to show you where our next beads in the next rows will go. So this is the first part. Now I am going through the next golden bead, then picking up one green and one gold. So I have 2 beads, and then I'm going through the green from the top and also the golden one I started from. I believe there's more ways to get to the same result with cubic. This is how I do it. Somebody goes the other way. So now I go to the third golden one in the base, picking again one green, one gold. So basically what I wanted to say, if you have a different technique learned, do it your way. This is really just cubic right angle weave. And now I'm going through the last golden one, through the green one, adding one gold and going through the green here, and again the golden one from the beginning. And this is the first segment, but you also need to connect the beads on the top. So I'm getting up through the green. And now we have the golden ones here at the top which are not connected yet. So go through all the beads. And finish in the first bead you went through. Grab it in your fingers and pull. And this is the first segment. So now you will continue doing the same. So I'm picking one green, one gold, one green, and going in a circle around through the golden one. Going to the next golden one, picking up green, gold, going through green and the gold. Now again the same, through the gold, picking up green, gold, going through green and gold. And to close it up, go through gold. The green is already here, so go through that. Now pick gold and go through the green, gold. And the green again. And now connect the beads at the top. And like this you continue until you have 14 of these cubes. So I need to make 12 more. And then we will turn and go around the other side of the navette. So continue your work, stop at the number 14, and then I'll meet you again. I have 14 of my little cubes here. So now it's time for me to bend. So we started with the gold and on the top and on the bottom. When we bend it, you might actually, when you're making the next one, which is not the training one, think about different colors, because the gold will be sticking out here, so you might switch to the green in the last row. But this is the training one and I would like to keep it like this. So we now need to change the direction. So we will be building up on this side. This will be our base. So like I did previously, I'm picking up one green, one gold, one green, and I am going through the golden bead. Now I'm turning and I'm picking up the next bead in the base, which is now green one. And now I will be switching the colors a bit. So now here we have the two greens, but that will be fine because the training. But to continue with the golden ones in the vertical position and the green ones in the horizontal, I'm putting the green and the gold too, and I'm going through the green and yet the green. The third bead in the base is the golden one. I'm picking green and gold, going through the green and the gold. And the last one, the bead in the base is again green. And then go up through the green one, add golden one, and then around again through the green ones. And then up again to get to the gold row and go around again. So if you want to have it symmetrical, You will have to think about it in the beginning. Now I just started like this. So when you are making it on your own and want it to have symmetrical, you will need to switch this color for gold, this color from green, so you have it symmetrical, and start with it too. So you would have green here and gold here, and like this it will go similarly like the previous side. So I'm picking green, gold, green, going through the gold, turning it, going through the gold bead in the base, and picking up green and gold. I'm continuing around. Again, picking up green and gold. And the last side. Gold and going through the beads. Then going back to the outer edge and going just through the golden ones. Like this. So you will do the same like we did here, but you won't have 14 of cubes, but you will have only 12. So this will be the first one, the one they share. This is number 1, number 2, number 3. So I need 9 more. And then with the 13th one, we will connect it to this side. So we will use some beads which are already here. So you need 12 full cubes, including this one. And then you will be able to connect it on the other side. So continue like this until you reach the same length, and don't worry about the corners, because you can easily change it when you are making the next one, or you can even consider like taking this one down and making it again, but I wouldn't be like going that far. Just learn on this piece and then you can change it up next. So I'll be continuing and working more of the cubes, and then I will connect them together, the corners. So here was my first half of the bezel. I have 14 cubes here. Here I have now 12, because the 13th cube will help me to connect both sides. So you need to picture it like this, and that you will need some beads from this 14th cube to finish up this side. So you can hold it already almost together. So you can see that the first square will share this and this bead. So I will pick 1 11-0 and I will go through this green one, then another one, another 11-0, and going again through the golden one, and that is my first square. Now I will move forward to make the second one. Now you need to imagine that they will again share a bead here, so holding it like this, they will share the golden one here in the corner. So looking from it at the top, they will share this one right in the corner. So picking again green, and don't forget to check the thread so you don't go completely through. And I'm going through the golden one, and then of course through the green one, and yet again the golden, which gets me to the other side. Where they will share again this one here at the top. So picking one green, I'm going to finish the square. And finally, now I won't be adding any beads because we already have all of them here. So going through all of these. Like this. And to finish up the CRAW, to finish up the CRAW, I need to go around here to connect all the beads in one row. And that's it. That is the connection. It's just tricky because of the imagination. You need to picture yourself connecting two cubes together, and that's it. And now we need to switch to the peyote stitch, and we'll be adding more 11 seed beads in different color. To start adding more beads, be sure that your needle is coming out one of these green 11's. It doesn't really matter where, but one of them. Now we are switching to peyote, so pick one 11 and go through the next green. So your beads will be sitting between the green ones, and like this I will go around this half. When you reach the junction, you have two options. You can either go directly to the next green without adding anything, like this, but I personally prefer to add a 15 bead, and it depends on the bezel. Here I have both. So you can see on the blue I added it here. It's this little bead in the middle out of the three. And here with the pink one I didn't add it. But I think that the blue one worked better, so I personally prefer to add one 15 in there. So I'm picking one 15 and going through another bead in the row, and now I'm switching back to the pink 11's, working my way up on the other side, and when I reach the junction again I will put there the 15 and then I will step up to the next peyote row, so my needle will be exiting the pink 11-0. We are moving to another row, so I have 15-0 on my needle and I'm going through the green 11-0 and the pink one to step up. You can see that it holds the perfect shape, and now we will be adding 15 O's between the pink 11 O's. So pick, I'm going for golden, so I'm continuing with peyote stitch and adding always one 15-0 between two of the pink 11 O's. And at the junction I will add one 15-0 between the two pink 11 O's, so the same like when you're going around the normal side. After I've added this last bead, I need to work my way to the other side, so I will be going through the beads. So first one is the green one with the peyote row, and then through the CRAW. It doesn't matter at all where you will start to work on the other side, so just get there. Just be sure to follow the CRAW, and you want to reach again. Actually, let me go to the right, not to the left, because I'm going like this myself. So you want to reach this green row again, and you will do the same thing like you did on the front. So you'll be adding the 11 O's there, while here at the junction, what did we have? We have the green one. Here at the junction you will again add a 15-0, and before you make it much further, be sure to insert the crystal, and it should perfectly sit in there, and hold the crystal in there while you're adding more of the beads, so you are sure that you will get it in there and don't close it before it fits. So continue like this round. So my row is finished and I stepped up and my thread is coming out of the pink 11-0. Now we will be switching to 15 O's again, and we will be doing a whole back side covered in the 15 O's. To make it more visible which row is which, we will be alternating the colors, starting with the gold. So now I will be working with gold 15 O's, and in the junction I will be adding a golden 11-0. So I'm having 115-0 on my thread, and I'm here at the junction, so I will be adding there 111-0, and then I will continue again back with 15 O's, going around the whole navette. For the next row, I'll be switching to greens. I am at the golden 15-0. I stepped up through it and I'm close to the junction. In this row, here we have two gaps close to the junction, and we need to dial down the number of beads we have, which means that I will go without any beads through this 111-0 in the middle, which means I will add no bead here and also no bead here. It will create a corner for the next row bead, and we will put it in there. And now I will follow again peyote, and I will be working with the green 15-0s. Adding one 15-0 into each gap, and when I'm at the junction on the other side, I will again go without any beads in there to dial down the number of beads. So my thread is coming out of the green 15-0. I needed to step up, so for that I had to go through the whole junction again. So if you were starting at the same point as me, this is how you get through to this bead. You need to go through the junction again. Now I'll be switching again to the golden color, adding 15-0s here on the sides. And in the junction I will add one golden 11-0, which will sit here between the green 15-0s. So go ahead and add the beads, and you will see already some pattern on the other side, that there will be like stripes where the 15-0s will be sitting on each other, making a striped pattern. That's only for the visual, as a visual lead for you. You don't have to do it when you progress. Here I have it all in silver and it looks great, I think, but it might be a bit confusing, especially in the beginning. So two colors work great as a helpful piece of information, and at the same time I think you might use it as a feature, as a pattern on the other side. So here I am at the junction and I'm picking one 11-0 and I'm going through the 15-0 here on the other side. And now they are sitting on top of each other, and I'll be continuing with the golden 15-0s around. You'll be again switching to the green beads, and at the junction, like with the previous green row, you will go without any beads from the 15-0s to the 11-0 and back to the 15-0. So here I will connect this and this bead without adding any beads, and this bead also without adding any beads. So we will reduce the number of the seed beads again as we progress. I will quickly try to get there. So I can show you. And like this, so I'm exiting from the golden 15-0, going through the golden 11-0 without adding anything, and also through the golden 15-0. And now I will continue with the green 15-0s like on the other side. We are back with the golden color, adding one 15-0 everywhere, including the junctions. So now the work progresses faster since we have less rows, or like less gaps to fill in. And at the junction I'm picking one 15-0, adding it in there, and then continuing on the other side. Again we are back with green, so picking one 15-0, adding to each gap. Don't forget to step up, of course. We are working with peyote. And at the junction now we are changing the style, so I won't be going through both gaps here, but I will just switch like in a herringbone stitch. I will go on the other side and left. So basically just vertically, and here is the thread lying between the beads right here. And then adding more beads. They're almost done. The gap is almost closed. Again with the gold, so I'm going on the other side through the gold one, and I'm also stepping up at the same moment, like this. Now I'm switching back to gold. And here with the green ones, I will do the same, like with the golden ones. So turning 180 degrees, I'm going to the left now. And adding more golden 15-ohs. Now the gap is really small. And I'm going through the green and gold also. So now you should have 8 golden, 4 golden rows, so 8 beads. And all you need to do is to zip them together, the green ones. So you'll be adding green 15-ohs to only one side. So first, second, and a third. Pull. Then again I will turn 180 and go through the golden one on the other side. But now I won't be adding any beads, but I will be going back through the green ones I just added. So I'm just zipping the beads together. So from the green I'm going to the gold, back to the green, back to gold, back to green, and last one, back to gold. And that's it. That's the perfect other side. Sometimes you might feel that you will have the zipping beads sticking out. That's fine. It also happened to me. If you have larger gaps and you think you might be fine with 11-ohs puder, 11-ohs puder telecas, for me it works like this with 15-ohs. Now I need to go here to the outer row. You can leave it like this, but for me I would like to add something here into the large gaps, but you can also leave it like this and be finished. But for me, I will go and I will just follow the path of the beads. So basically I'm going diagonally through the beads, following the peyote stitch, now it is a bit tricky and I'm scared not to break a bead, so I will switch direction and go through the pink one, because the golden 15 there is under quite some tension. Anyway, I will get here and then add more beads here. And on the other side, I will add the 11 O's. So I'm picking one pink 11 O and I am adding it in between the green ones. One thing to note here is that actually the gaps here on the outer side are slightly bigger than the ones here on the inside. So I wouldn't recommend pulling too hard because it will slightly change the whole tension of the whole bezel. And I will just add the beads in there, not pull so much, just leave them in there. You can also switch to Toho beads because they are slightly wider than Miyuki beads and they will sit in there perfectly, but just losing up the tension a bit will be totally fine because you won't see the difference anyway, and the beads will perfectly hide the amount of thread which is here in between the beads. I don't think it's a super bad thing to see the thread in there, but if you don't like it, this is the way to hide it, and it's like a special embellishment. You can also play with it more. You can add bicones or maybe even the 1.5 millimeter rondelles and other fun stuff into these gaps, and there's definitely a lot of this is a spot where you can reach out from and connect and do more with this design. So definitely go for it. This is just a base for more projects to come, but it can serve at the same time the earring, pendant, ring, or whatever you want to make from it. So I will finish it and then the bezel is done. And this is it. This is the bezel finished and the navette is completely hidden in the beads. Not completely, there's still some of it showing, but this is it. So thank you very much for watching. If you have any comments, any ideas, any question, let us know in the comment section and we will try to answer. You can post the finished pictures or pictures in progress into our beading and jewelry making group on Facebook. Again, thank you very much for watching and see you during some other tutorial of Potomac beads.